bought a fire truck back in, it was about 95, I think, when we got the fire truck. And it was it had a big engine in it, and it had 2 pumpers on it, and it was quite worthy of pumping water at a fire. But it was, I guess it served its day at a fire department somewhere, and it was put to bed, and it was bought at an auction sale. And the picture, I have a picture of us, me standing in front of it with my partner, and that brings back a few memories. It had an excellent gas mileage on it, 4 miles to the gallon, and was quite. You needed your bank manager with you when you were running around with it, but that was still, we were having fun. That was the main thing.
Did you take it to shows?
Yes, it went to different shows. It went to Cookstown shows, and it went to Beaton, to the fair there,
Mm-hmm.
and went in the Santa Claus parades in Bradford, and so that's.
Did you ever pump water with it?
Yeah, we did, just to try it. And we could put water from our big door at the garage right across over number 5 side road. Right out in the field. Right out in that field out there. Right out crossed over the road and out. But we had to hook the nozzle to the loader, the backhoe, because we weren't used to holding on to a hose where the water come out, and a guy from the fire department told me it wasn't no toy we were playing around with. So we would chain the nozzle to the loader, and then my son would be here, David, and we'd he'd start winding her up, and boy, it was quite an outfit. 3 years ago, we decided to do a bit of a cleanup here. So we had a sale. We sold all the big stuff, the little small steam engine and all the tractors. Some were running, some weren't, and we had quite a few people out to our sale.
You sold the fire engine.
So at that sale, we sold the fire engine and the tractors. All the tractors were sold, and all we kept was some smaller stuff.
And you had a big plow that you sold too.
Yeah. I had a new
blade?
the Vino's plow sat out in the front.
So you started collecting tractors when you were living on the 12th.
On the 12th, yeah. So then he says, there you can have a shed there, put your tractors in. So that was fine. Everything's going along good. I was in it for 2 or 3 years now, in any drives, and I had a couple of the boys were here and they're all having a drink. I said, guys, put the booze away. Here's the landlord. So anyways, he come in and inside, well, how are you doing there? And carrying on, and one thing like that. He said, could I speak to you a minute? Out we went. We started walking down towards the shed, the red shed. He said, how well do you like this place? I said, I like it. Why? Well, I was just wondering how you'd like to own it. I said, oh, really?
So tell me about your windmill.
Okay, well, when I was getting ready to retire, I always liked windmills. And my friend Ted Brown, which has passed away, and we all miss him very much. made a lot of trips down to the States and down to St. Jacobs and down to the Mennonite country. And I see this windmill in the farmer's place. And we went in, and he said, we asked him if we could take some pictures. He was a straight Mennonite with a big long beard on. You can take all the pictures. No, yeah, you can take all the pictures you like, but that's all. Well, I don't know what else he thought he was going to do. Yeah. Anyway, so I decided I'd like to build a windmill. So I kept it all in my head, and I came home, and I ordered the logs from up at Barrie, out on 90 Highway. They're logs, and had them all sawed into 6x6s and 2x6. And I had Button, my good neighbor here, take his truck and go up to Barrie, and he picked up all the material for me, and he brought it down and unloaded it where the mill was going to be built. And it took me 2 years to build it, and it's 55 feet high to the center axle, and has run flawlessly for the last. We brought a crane in, and he picked when it was ready to go up, and he picked the thing up, and he set it up on the stand. Finishing touches on it where we took a big torch, flame torch, and we kind of burnt the wood, and that took all the slivers and all the stuff off it, and made it smooth. And then I called Lawrence Sturdy, said to me, Bill, when you're ready to put up that windmill, I'd be more than pleased to send the crane over and help you put it up. I said, that would be very nice, Lawrence. He said, okay, you let me know when you need a hand. So Lawrence and I were in Lyons together. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was seeing him off and on. So he was getting an update on how things were going with the windmill. So finally, one day I phoned him and asked him how he had been not feeling too well. So I asked him how he was feeling, and no, not too bad. And I said, do you feel like lifting that windmill up and putting her up? Yeah, he says, I think the weather's supposed to be pretty good on Saturday. And I says, yeah. Yeah, he says, we'll do her Saturday. So over he come. Now he brought the crane over. His other big crane, yeah, here. And they just, to get it up, we want to put a rope around the legs of the windmill, and I made a loop and pulled back on the windmill while he lifted it up so it wouldn't swing out. And I held that in place till he got the thing standing straight up on the sand. And with that, then he was able to swing it around, and he swung it around, and he asked me, which goes which? I said, the ladder goes to the south. He yelled across to me, the ladder goes to the south. So they just swung her around like that, and they put her down like that, and she just went clunk into these big bolts that I had there. They were that big around, an inch and a half onto a plate, and there's 4 of them on each plate to hold that down onto the thing. Yeah. The footings for that go down about 10 feet into the ground, 16 inches in diameter, and there was all reinforcing rod put in in that in it, and then concrete was poured,
And that was done in 2000?
and it was put up in the year 2000. When I was getting ready to retire, I was all
From the school board?
from the school board. I was getting to think I needed something to keep me entertained, and I often liked being around the bush and wood and stuff. And I decided I might like to try to sell firewood. So what I did was I ordered some wood in and put a sign out at the gate, and sure enough, people come in and bought it. So I got some more wood in, and the more people come in, and I sold that. So I could see that this could maybe work out to be a business. So I thought, well, I'll get a load of logs. So the guy brought me a load of logs, and I sawed that up. And I got thinking, the people are coming in now and buying this wood about as fast as I can cut it. Maybe I should have help, because I don't know how I can handle this myself if it's going to work. So I went to see my friend Bill Gibbsy, a great neighbor, and asked Bill if he ever thought of, because Bill was also retired, and I thought, would he like a part-time job doing something? And Bill looked at me and he said, "What are you talking about?" And I'm talking about the wood, firewood. God, he says, "I think that would be all right." And I said, "Okay." So I said, "So do you want me to be my partner?" And Bill says, "Sure, we'll be the partner." So that time I was smoking. No, Helen was smoking. She pulled out her cigarette package and wrote onto it my saying that I was that Bill Gibbsy was now officially my partner in a wood business at a certain location. Okay. Well, that went for a couple of years, and holy mackerel, this thing's getting really big, eh? So we ended up we had to start watching what we were doing. You have to account for every stick of wood today, and so that's how it was. All our buckets on our loader were measured, and buckets on the backhoe were measured for measurement. So, and we had to pay income tax the same as everybody else. But it was something to keep. I periodically would I like my special little juice sometimes, and that helped to keep me busy and not worrying about a drink, having something to drink. So,
Right.
Okay.